Hey everybody, today we're going to go ahead and film a review for a stick that I've been holding on to for a little bit under a year, but I've been playing goalie so much that I haven't had the chance to break it out until recently a lot more and more. This is for the hockey company called Verbero Sports, and this is for, damn it, it's on the other side. And this is for the Latigo Pro. Sorry it's upside down, I didn't expect it to be on the other side. So there you see the Verbero, it's over here, and so we'll go ahead and go over the entire stick here in a second. One thing about Verbero, they're a fairly new hockey company. I did get the chance to actually meet with them at a hotel in Mesa when they were here for an event for products, and they called me out. I actually drove. It was very late at night, so it was kind of cool because, you know, it's not every day that, you know, people from a hockey company call you and say, hey, let's meet up and hang out and talk product. So it was kind of cool. It was a whole different story to be able to, you know, not just drive across town and be able to meet up with them, but to be able to get the phone call from them and have a sit down with them and some other guys who are investors. I got to meet some former pro NHLers. I got to meet another very close friend of mine who is now partnered with them, Dan Farrell. So it was just a very, very cool experience. Not just for the fact that we got to look at all the gear before it was, you know, before it was even released. I got to see a lot of product while it was still being worked on. But the coolest part was just, like I said, the experience to get to sit down and talk with these guys, pick their brains, pick my brain. It was just complimentary on both sides, where it was just a good experience. I loved it, and if they honestly had more, I would show up again just to be able to pick their brains even more. As far as the stick goes, this is, like I said, the Latigo Pro stick. This is the senior model. There's a couple of things about it that I'll go over here really quick. It's a 415 gram stick. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. There are some people that might complain about it being too heavy. I don't think so. It's very well balanced. It's not blade heavy, it's not top heavy, it's very centered. So I never really had an issue with it. And of course I do the one strip of like a foot long of the gauze tape with the regular tape right here to end it. And of course, if you're wondering, that is kind of a plaid look to it, which is really cool. I thought it popped when I first got it in my hands. When they handed it to me and told me to take off with it, I was very impressed with it. It's completely different than the cookie cutter sticks that you see, where most of them are just all black with, you know, a random silvery or a random whatever color the brand is going to be. So that was pretty cool. It kind of stuck out to me. Another thing that really caught my attention was the grip. It is a satin finish, so it's very silky, huh? Get it? Silky, satin. Anyway, so that did stick with me because I'm used to mostly using sticks with grip. I tend to go towards the grip category when it comes to sticks, and to use a satin stick was completely different. It was really cool. But another part to it that allowed me to be able to showcase the use on it, satin stains really hard when it comes to pucks. I mean, really hard. You can tell that the tape was used right here. I decided not to do the full toe. I just wanted to see how it marked up the entire blade, and we put some nice chips on it. No dents. We used I don't know what the blue stuff is. I guess I was beating the crap out of something with it. Jeez. But probably my son, because I do have some blue pucks and he plays with them. You can see in this light some more of the damage taken on by the pucks. It's really crazy how the fact that the satin finish actually really takes on so much wear just from pucks and whatever it hits. I mean, it's awesome because you're able to actually tell how much use I've put into it. I don't really know, to be honest. I still can't figure out where that blue is from. I'm going to go ahead and just assume that this is just stuff that Max is probably beat up with. I did use it in a roller surface, so that might actually be from the roller surface. I have not had any blade splitting issues. I haven't really heard too much. I know there is one guy who is using the Vara which is the other brand that they have. And he is having some blade splitting issues, but you know, we're all different people with our own style. I beat the crap out of my sticks my own way, and I still don't really have, I usually just have chipping, but I still don't even have that either. So we're good there. So overall, just straight out of the box, right onto my hands and out of the plastic, I was very impressed with the stick. The weight balance was pretty cool. It was very, very neutral. So that's definitely something that really worked for me. When I did a little more research on it, I ended up finding out it's kind of a mid to low type of a flex zone or a flex profile. You know me, you know that I always, when I used to use 2-piece sticks, I always used tapered shafts for that low kick. Now what I am using is a lot of low kick sticks that are 1-piece. So this just came in and took off with what I'm already using, what I'm feeling with, and I was able to put it to work. I ended up getting about 3 different sticks. There's a couple of people who ended up getting the other 2 as demos, or was it 3? Yeah, there was a couple of other people who got demos. I know Glenn ended up getting the one that's more of a wedge. It's kind of like a, gosh, it's like a 27. It's a PM 27. And then the other one, this one is the PM 19. This is closer to the Sackett clones that I use. Which is the, well, it is the PM 19, okay. And the other one was used by Fritz, and I think that's a more flatter curve. It's like they're 67, no, PM 27, I believe. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at the site. Just trying to remember it off the top of my head. Of course, this one is a lefty. All the ones that they gave me are lefties, and for those lucky people who got to try this stick, they've had some pretty good feedback. I know Glenn, I know Fritz both said that it had a pretty decent balance to it. It had a good snap to it, and it never felt like they were just, you know, like it just wasn't performing for them. I know Fritz has a great snapshot, and you can hear it throughout the entire building, and it's just so hard, so accurate. And he's been putting his Verbero to work. And he plays a lot more than I do. He plays in a couple of leagues, and the blade on his just, it looks totally more beat up than mine does. And there's no cracks, there's no breaks on it. It's just fantastic. For the shaft itself, it's not too boxy at all. It's actually really, really, really soft corners. And it's kind of got a concave feel. If you don't know what a concave feel, just run your finger or your thumb along the top side from top to bottom on your shaft. If it feels like it's curved inward like a soft C or a soft U, that's a concave wall. So what that does is it helps you get a little bit more of a grip, but it also creates more comfort and better torsion on the shaft. So it's kind of cool. I've always liked it. I know with my Dynasties and some of my Dolomites had it, and I believe my Ripcord kind of has it, but that's a different construction. It's a Pro Stock, so I'm not going to go ahead and cite that. Like I said, for the blade, it's a pretty strong blade. I believe it is a foam core from what they did explain to me. Sorry, this is quite a while ago. It was about a year ago since we last met. And so it's really responsive. You can tell when you receive a puck on a very hard pass how it absorbs the entire pressure of the puck, but it doesn't blow out on you. It doesn't have too much back flex on it at all, which is great because I ended up keeping the 85 flex stick, so it's very, very whippy. I'm normally using 95 to 105 flex, depending on the brand, and this kept up with it. So that's definitely a plus. The blade has stayed solid. There's absolutely no cracks. And it's a very loud blade, which is great because if you guys know me, the stiffer the blade is, the better. And I definitely promote that. So as far as that, let's go ahead and break into it. You want to hold it for Papa? No? Okay. Hold on. All right. So as far as the stick itself, for performance, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. because it's an 85 flex, I did have a hard time shooting slap shots, but even with the 100 flex, I also didn't have that good of a time shooting slap shots. It seems like this is more of a, because it's a low kick stick, it is going to be more based for the guy with the snapshot, the wrist shot, and the half swing one-timer where you just kind of lift your stick a little bit and just bring it right back down as quickly as possible. Because it didn't have any back flex on the blade, it kept all the torque everywhere, and you were able to, you know, wherever you had the puck on your blade, if you shot it from that point there, it just shot directly. You didn't have to worry about losing any type of accuracy on the blade whatsoever. This thing still withstood, you know, taking quite a bit of slap shots. I wasn't happy with the result of them. As far as shooting with this, you know, as a slap shot, it's a decent stick, but it just wasn't doing what I was liking. So for shooting, for wrist shots and snap shots, it's a good blade. It's a good shaft. But for shooting slap shots, I wasn't too happy with it, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5. For the shaft, the performance, I will go ahead and give that a 4 out of 5 as well. It did provide me with a good kick, no matter where my hands are placed, no matter how much, you know, push I put into it, how much force I put into it to try to get this stick to give me the good hard shot where I wanted to place it. The durability, you can see how beat up it is. It's mostly puck marks, a couple of nicks here, nothing too badly chipped. Really, there's no big chips to it unless you want to count that, which is fine. Oh, there's one. Here, let me try to zoom in on it or focus on it. There you go. So there's a decent sized chip. It's not too bad. It's the size of a baby's fingernail basically. So it's not too bad. There's no structural damage no matter how much I try to beat the crap out of it, and it still kept coming back for more. So as far as looks, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. It's really nice. It's really snappy. Very different than everyone else, and I just love the pattern. The pattern is just so freaking cool. I never even knew that people could actually do that. So I was definitely very happy with it. I know on their website this retails for about $150, but any order over $75 on their website does qualify for free shipping. So $150 flat, I'll take that deal. Don't quote me on it, but I did see that on their website recently, so I'll definitely check it out and talk with them. As you know, Verbero also does skates. They do some pretty good solid skates too from what I've seen with people who buy them. They do gloves. I'll be doing a glove review here pretty soon. I do have the Verbero gloves that they sent me, and we'll be talking about those, so we'll just shut up about that for now. For the price point of $150, comparable to the other sticks that are in the $250 range, I would say that this is pretty competitive. It's a good alternative. It's going to give you good shots. If you're a wrist shot and snapshot kind of guy, definitely check it out. I think you would be very happy with it, and there's no issue with it. Because they are a very new company, I know people are going to write them off. We do see that all the time in my hockey group. Honestly, if they're not using it, don't really listen to them. People are always going to be a detractor for something that isn't going to be Bauer, that isn't going to be a big box name brand, which is basically Bauer in everyone's eyes. So definitely check it out. Talk to them. Get the experience. They'll be very happy to work with you. They'll be very happy to make you a customer and keep you as a long-time customer. Would I recommend this stick for the price point? Absolutely. I think it's a good price point stick, $150. I'll take that over paying almost $300 for one of the top new current sticks. $250 to $300. That doesn't sound too enticing to my wallet. $150 sounds pretty good. You get what you get, and what you get is a decent product that's going to perform in a couple of the levels that you're going to play. That's basically it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm not going to be... Wow, that is very loud. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Tell your loved ones about it. Maybe you want it for your birthday. Maybe you want it for Christmas. Let them know. they'll be more than happy to work with you. Hit them up, Verbero.com. Great guys, good quality people. They'll be very happy to work with you. See you later.